Hello and welcome to the Home and Learn video course for visualbasic.net. I'm Kenny Carney, and what are we doing today? We're going to be doing text files, opening up a text file. We are on here working with text files. What is a text file? I'm going to assume you already know what a text file is. It's a file with some text in it. How to open a text file. So we're going to be doing this. But if you create a text file, this is just Notepad. I've called mine testfile1.txt. So you would save as text documents, test file, and you could save. From here, though, it doesn't have to be txt. You could have a CSV, comma, separated values. So you could have that kind of text file. But mine is called testfile1, and it's just got some text on it. Mary had a little lamb. Into the last line, it ends at lamb. I'm going to close that one, and I'm going to open up the code editor. If you create a new project, and if you add a button, mine is called BTN Read, and the text on it is open file. And if you also add a text box 1, and if you set the multi-line property, where is it? That one, multi-line property, if you set it to true, that way you can make your text box a little bit bigger. I've already started the coding. So I've set up a string, file path as string, and a file name, test file. That was test file 1, wasn't it? Test file 1, text. And I've got the little backslash there. Don't forget that. So for this environment.get folder path, which you've met before, this gets you the path to my documents. And after that, there's an ampersand, and you're joining the file name which you had earlier. You're joining that file name there to my documents. Right, so with that in mind, let's get on to opening up a text file. You start with variable. I'll call mine open reader. Let's see why. As then you need new, the keyword new. Then you need IO, which is input output. IO. Then after you type a dot, you will see stream reader. That one. That reads characters from a byte stream. Do we want that one? And you need a pair of round brackets and the file that you are trying to open. And it's file path. So the entire path and the file name. That's why I've got file path and file name there. Right, so that is the stream reader, but that doesn't open the file. We'll put that text box 1. We're going to open it to here, into the text property, and equal sign. Then you want your open reader variable, and if you type a dot, you'll notice there's a read to end. Read to end. So it reads the entire contents of the text file right to the end, and you don't need the round brackets, I don't think. Nope. And the final thing you need to do is to close. You need to close that reader. What was it called? Open reader as well. Open reader, then a dot, and there's a close. Oh, you don't want a 0 there, do I? There you go. Oh, you got the stream reader there, in between the round brackets, the file path and the file name that you're trying to open. It's input output stream reader. And then, once you've created your stream reader, you can have read to end, read to the end of the file. Let's see if that works. I'll start debugging, might generate an error. Open file, and there we go. Read the entire contents of the file into that text box. Which I suppose this file can't be found. I suppose I haven't got a file called testfile1. I suppose it was like that. What would happen? Let me try it. Go to course, generate an error, open file, and file not found exception was unhandled. So let's try and handle that one. To handle that error, we can try to see if the file exists. So we need an if statement. If then that IO input dot file, another dot exists round brackets, and your file path. So if that equals true, then we can try and open that text file. I'll put an else here. And end if I missed the end if. There it is. And add a message box. Message box dot show, and show we have for the text. And find file. And we'll have the name of the file. File name, not file path. File name. Well, let's try that one again. I'll tell you what, I will send in my form, I might. So start position, center screen. Let's try it. Start debugging. Hoping I don't get an error message with just that message box. Can't find file, test 111. So the program did not crash, which is what you want. And let me get rid of that. File 1. Log, start, open file, and it opens the file. So you can always add that, which is for some error checking. If io.file.exists, then the file path. If that's true, then you can open up the file. If you remember from a previous lesson, we had on the menu system. We had file, we had open. Let me see if I've got it on here. Recent files. Where's that gone? Was that right? Menus, wasn't it? Menus. Hoping it was this one. Let's see what that is. Mondo.vb. Now let me close this project. Close solution. Let me open it. Open project. Where did I have it? Documents. Yeah. Projects. If you're trying to search for your own projects, then I add menu. This one. This is what I'm looking for. Alright, so this is what we had before. We had a file. We had an open menu. Yeah, we open menu strip. An open file dialog box, and the code we wrote was this one. So we add an initial directory, which was like my documents again. And we filter for text files, show dialog, which actually opens the dialog box, and we have this one, file name. So in other words, we selected a file, and we placed that file name and file path into selected file. So we can add our file open code to the else part. I've got dialog result.cancelled. And let me try and paste this code in. I'm probably going to need to amend it. That's the code, right? We had. Let me try and paste that on it. Right, there it is. I've got red underlines. It's selected file name. I think that's the one I want. Selected file name. There. And selected file name and file name. Is that the same one? Yeah, we'll love that one. Now I've got a red underline because I do not have a text box one, so we'll place one on the form. Text box 1, and I can set multi-line again to true. It's a little bit bigger. Get the whole width. Right, now I can run my project to see whether it works. Let me just check that code. Right, that's gonna work. Ready to end. Debug. Start debugging. Now I can click on my file open. bring up the dialog box. And test file 1. Does it open up? It does. And there we go. It places the contents of the file I opened into the text box. You try that one again. What else have I got? I hope it's nothing rude. Test file 2. There we go. And that is how to open up a file using read to end and a stream reader. And I will see you in the next video when we will read a text file line by line.